My name is Keith, I'm 0 Pence, and I'm going to today introduce 3 gentlemen to knife making. But this is a sort of informal gathering, if you like, to just show people how to use some of the stuff that you can buy in general stores to make a knife. They need a slight bit of adjustment. With all these pieces here, you can make a knife and they won't break your bank, you know. So if you want this setup, including the bench in your shed, you can do it on a budget. Anything, you start with what you want. So we just go over, we take a piece of stock and just draw around it on a piece of paper, and that will give us the general parameters of what we can do with a knife. Now it can be as thin, it can be as narrow as you like. It can be to this 1.5. So you can make a knife either long and slender, or you can make it dumpy, or you can go right short and you can make yourself a necker. Whatever you want to do today, around those parameters, you can do. You know, it's something that you're gonna, because you've made it, you're gonna slap it about, you're gonna do everything with it, and you've got the meat there.
Oh, that'd be brutal,
to do it, right? And it's stainless steel, so you've got nothing to worry about. So what we do, we'll come to about here, right, for blade wise, right? You've got a nice working length there, right? And because you've got the big hands, right, I want to give you something that you're not gonna.
That I can hold on to.
Yeah,
I'm not going to come flying at the end.
I think I'll give you another ½ inch out. Look, go to there. Right.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna. You know, once this is finished, you can wrap it up, tear it up, do what you like with it. Right. There's nothing hard and fast. Yeah. Pins. Now, to make a pin look like it flows, right, you can't stick them anywhere. You know, you can't just measure and like, you've got to go from the back strap, right. If the back dips or does anything, right, but this one's pretty straight, you take I'm taking a ½ inch measurement, right, ½ inch, and I go to there and I take ½ an inch, and it don't matter if that's dropping down, I still take the ½ inch, right, and then I go along there. Now that's dropped slightly, right, but I'm still going to take, if I can see it, a ½ an inch. And if you see, those pins haven't moved, right? So you know, basically the centre of the pin, ½ an inch, centre of the pin, ½ an inch, and that, when you look at it, looks right.
Yeah.
But if that was like down here or slightly off, it just looks.
So your pins have to be measured out before you cut your stock.
Oh yeah, for your holes to drill them.
Datum line, as it were.
Yeah. You will cut it all out, get it all right, and then you will measure it. And you can run your vernier down and do a scratch line if you want, because this is under wood, so you don't have to worry.
So you won't see it anyway. Yeah.
So you won't see it.
That's perfect.
And then you get. Now we can do, instead of doing that, what we can do, because of your hand size, we can do a sweeping joint. Right? We can sort of pin it up and bring it down.
Dip it.
My missus would love that noise.
Nice, isn't it?
Well, as soon as I go off, I feel like it's hot. Yeah, I'm gonna inquire about that. Yeah, so. trouble. You have trouble balancing that out because obviously you still want it balanced.
No, you won't. You won't because you'll be surprised what he's done. The way that the choil is forward as well. When he puts those grips on, that will give you.
Oh, sort of. Look, anyone watch that video James posted last night?
That was nice, wasn't it?
So good thing about these, because these benches are level, just rest that down, bring that level. If you need to adjust slightly, because ideally we want to try and keep this top edge straight with this edge.
Yep.
So all we have to do is just adjust it slightly.
I'll see, yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Then 2 clamps. Make sure it's tight as well, because that will drag it. Keith doesn't like me tightening these up, because you can't undo them.
That ain't a joke either, it's bloody true.
Right, so then what we need to do is, underneath here I've got a piece of plate. So we need to make sure we bring this level with the plate. Just adjust this a little bit.
What's that pushing the plate in and out again?
Well, that's it, that moves the belt across. So you know where your grind line is, where you're starting. What you want to do is just bring that up level. Just carefully bring that down. Alright? You see how that's going to work? As long as you've got 2 points of contact on this at all times, that will stay level. That's why I suggest you keep your fingers between those 2 points. Use that to push against this. Don't push too hard into the machine. Okay, and just follow it down until you get to that point. First things first, you want to put your glasses on.
PPE.
And you'll notice that here it's gone low.
Yeah.
And we're high here still.
Yeah.
So once we get about to our centre line, we'll then go along that and look at it, and we'll slowly even it out.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So if you go to your centre line first, and then I'll guide you after that.
Right, so that's half the thickness of the steel to give you your centre line. Yeah, you can see that. Lovely.
Okay.
And then we've got to clamp into the jig.
Yeah.
Well, you said that, but we've got photographs of it, it's got the X-rays and
I don't want one of them out.
It's not worth it.
Right, so just take the washers out so you can
So I can adjust the depth of the bevel.
change the angle.
Yeah.
Bloody genius, that is.
Quite out about it, I thought we'd get tight.
Simple but effective.
Yeah, that's the easiest way of doing stuff. Simple way.
Kept falling on the floor. So Bob knows now. From here to that pillar doorway, when he's done it.
So same again, what we do, just make sure that we keep this top line parallel with this line.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, so we grind down to that.
Yeah, so what we do is we're going to grind down to the centre line. But
concentration on one space. again.
Yeah. Have you put some lube on it?
No.
If you lube it up, it might be able to rub it harder.
Because I don't know the steels, I'm going to use oil instead because it's a much safer way of doing it.
Yep, no problem. So we're gas heating it.
Yeah. We're going to try it with the gas first. Same again, if it doesn't work, I'll have to light the forge. I'm sure it should be fine.
Should probably be mostly fine. Colour at the tip.
Yeah. I'm going to try and go with the colours on this first. I might want to step back for a minute. This may spark up a little bit. Because I don't know what steel it is, I'm going to be very careful. This could take 3 or 4 attempts to harden it. Alright?
Yeah.
You got those Rockwell testers, Keith? The Rockwell files are, Rockwell testers are like files. Each one has its own different grading. What we basically do is just run the files over, and when it starts to scratch rather than skid over the surface,
right,
that roughly tells us where the Rockwell is at. So I normally go for something between 55 to 60, which normally gives me a rough idea of about 58.
Okay.
So the 55 is skidding.
Right, so we're harder than 55.
We're harder than 55.
He ain't got 61 already, is it?
60.
Whoa!
Right, I'll put that down to 61.
61?
That is...
Whoa, you lucky sod. That's a good bit of steel.
Well, that tells me straight away that's got 15N20 nickel inside it.
Yep.
So, to be honest, starting off not knowing what the steels were, I don't think we've done too bad there.
No, done a good job on that, mate. Yeah? So she wanted to be made, mate?
Yep.
So we've got a colour transition right in the centre there.
Right.
That means that the blade itself is at about 61.
Yep.
Then that colour transition says it's slowly going back down to where we started, which was about 40.
Okay.
Okay.
So it allows flexibility.
Yeah, that's got flexibility.
Brown marks
so it's like
well,
stress relieved, this part here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you see the straw where they say the relax mark?
Yep.
That's just slowly going up in hardness till you hit the blade.
Awesome.
No.
Smart blade pretty much done.
Brilliant.
It's not shiny, but it gives it a nice finish. Alright. cleaning it up.
Just trying to get it just so it catches the.
It's so shiny.
So fucking shiny. So shiny.
I've got standard. I think I've got plain mild steel ones, but
Well, they'll do because it's only a carbon steel
yeah.
blade anyway. So it's going to rust, so I've got to look after it. Doesn't need to be brass or stainless, does it?
I've got to say, look.
Just taking some alcohol, clean the surface of the steel. That is beautiful. Yeah, that's just
to clean off any grease before you glue it.
And there was some dirt on there, as you can see.
Yep.
So we just clean off the grease and that, put it on a nice clean piece of clean surface, and then we'll take the two pieces. We had. I had them in my hand a minute ago. Oh, they're over here, look. And I clean them off because they look a little bit, you know. But as you can see, wow, that stuff is, yeah, that's well nice and clean. It is porous. Look at it. Grabs anything. So
yeah.
You can get that up like that.
So what would you put on that? What coating?
You can to seal the surface. You can put like an epoxy resin. You can rub epoxy resin into it and then polish it back. Then it shines. Then it glasses up. Because there's only epoxy what's in holding this together anyway. Really. Yeah. I'm going to do one side, mate. You know. Squeeze it.
Yeah, make sure you don't stretch it and dry.
That's the long one, isn't it? So
Oh no, yeah, sorry. That one you want.
do it. That's the one I want. That's right. So just right away. Give me fingers a little wide. Smell, mate.
Love that smell.
Yeah, really.
Reminds me of gluing my radio control cars back together as a kid.
Got to get some pins, yeah?
Okay.
Don't touch him up, knock him out.
It's it.
Yeah, oh fuck, it might be a bit short.
It's okay, you're going to take a little off.
I'm like,
I didn't rush it, that's the normal speed I do it.
So what I do now, just take the pins out, put the epoxy on it, is it?
Yeah, and like, but get your a bit of that heavy sandpaper, start shaping it to the way you want to see it. You know, all these they'll go down really quick.
Yeah.
It'll take you about 5 minutes, and then punch the pins out halfway. Don't punch them out of the other bit of wood.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll spread the epoxy on. I'll give you a hand. Put it together, clamp it up. Bob's your uncle, Charlie's your aunt. he does his knives, he makes them like jewellery, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
They are lovely.
At the same time, they're that nice that I wouldn't really want to batter them in the woods.
Yeah, that's the trouble with the stand here where it says about jackal and no one wants to use them. I fucking use it. You got a bear.
But even with the oil, oh look at that, superb.
That looks lovely.
That's a job and a half.
I mean, that lighting's going to do it justice though.
Look at that.
Gets a 12, gets a 12.
There we go, flip it over. Look at that. Bring it back. Wow.
Then the actual blade.
There we go. Ginge, you've done a brilliant job on that. That is really nice, mate. Really nice. Love that. Ready?
Come on then. What's that do?
Cool. Bloody hell. And we'll do a bit of finessing as well. Yeah. It's too dry to frill, but look at that. That's gorgeous. Look. Yeah.
I haven't even sharpened it yet.
No, that's pushing through. And when you give that a good sharpen.
Yeah. So you impressed with that, Keith?
I'm very impressed with that, mate. That is brilliant. And yeah.
Wicked.
You can be proud of that, mate. Without a doubt.